Alright, what's up everybody? Adam here, aka DrTaco1982, and welcome back in to another exciting Saturday anime, he says while yawning. And you know what makes it even more exciting? We got that Raid Shadow Legends campaign going on now. Now I finally get to meme it up with the best of them. So there's a code to use. You can click in my About Me. There's a thing for it, or you can go to. I don't think there's an exclamation point in this one, but there is a link for it in the Discord. I want to see something real quick. Most of the time they have like an exclamation point, and I don't. Yeah, this one actually doesn't have it. But I'll do this. I'll just do this. You can just click that. So that's our new one. It seems pretty simple. It just needs players to get to level 12, and then, excuse me, my eyes are bothering me, something fierce. And then it needs players to get to level 25 if possible. So it's really simple. There's no like do this mission, this mission, this mission. It's literally just level up. So we've got a little over a week, 7 days left to complete the campaign. So like I said, I just wanted to do a raid, what? Oh my gosh, I've had like no caffeine today, and I think it's starting to show. But yeah, I've wanted to do a Raid Shadow Legends one forever, just so I can be one of the many memers out there, because that's like, I feel like it's one of the #1 like memed and overdone like sponsored games. I want to shrink my window just a little bit. I feel like I'm taking up a lot of property up there. I'm sorry I'm bringing that high energy today. Also, I think, do I want to do that? Maybe that's what I want to do. I don't know, because I'm going to be doing this again, where I'm kind of like, I guess that's not too bad. I don't know. I guess I was having this discussion on, I think I was having a discussion on my stream and my buddy's stream, where like, I just find the positioning of a camera can be weird. Like, if I'm up in this corner and I'm like full on looking that direction, like it just would be kind of weird where like I'm just staring off into the distance, like it just looks unnatural. So I'm always trying to find the best way to position my camera so it actually looks kind of natural with what's going on the screen. Doesn't always work, unfortunately, but we do our best. We do our best. Oh my goodness gracious, this is apparently going to be the yawn stream. And I apologize, everybody. Good lord. I only did take a very short nap today. I didn't take a very long nap. So it doesn't surprise me necessarily that I'm a little on the tired side today. Hey, that's pretty cool that I said, don't capture cursor, and there's the cursor. Let me try this again real quick. Which one is it? Is it this one? No. So let's get rid of this one. Boop. Yep, we can get rid of that. Is it this one? This is what happens when you don't clean up your scenes. Then you don't know what any of your things are. Do not capture cursor. There we go. That's better. So between the yawns and my eyes being on fire, I am clearly having a wonderful Saturday. Actually, I was watching Depth Shep earlier. I'm gonna give him a shout out right now, in fact. SO at Dep. I want to make sure I'm spelling it right. Dep Shep. He's doing a charity stream. And he's building Gundams today. And there's no audio for the shout out box. So that's cool. That's just what I've come to expect at this point. At least know what the clip does up there. But yeah, he's doing some work for Extra Life. He's trying to raise a bunch of money, and he's building as many Gundams as he can. And he's a lot of fun. Just hang out, watch him build the Gundams. I was building Gundams with him earlier, and then it started to break, and it made me sad. For whatever reason, some of the elbow joints started breaking, and I'm gonna have to try and glue those back together so the arms aren't gonna move, but at least they'll be put together, I reckon. Yes, I want to load this one. Alright. So, when last we played, we finally broke free of, like, the programming Sag. So now we can finally, like, maybe escape from this island. Is there... Yep, there. I don't know why that did... Whatever. What's up, Gadget? How's it going? Sweet merciful Lord. And the worst part is I'm going to re-upload this on YouTube, and they're going to be like, bruh, could this guy be more tired while playing a video game? But when we last played, we finally were able to break free of the, like, kind of same, if you can hear. We broke free of the memory erasing shit and had our memories restored. And then all the young ladies here beat us up for being a 5-timer. And that went well. But we're all trying to work together to get out of this alive. Oh, and I swear I'm going to stop yawning at some point. I am so sorry, everyone. But that's what I remember from last time. I'm sure other things will arise that I'll kind of remember. But that was the majority of it. We finally found out that we've just been stuck in a loop on this island. And now we can maybe get out of that loop and escape. Finally. Alright, so today I guess I'm going on a date with Yui. There's just something about her, you know? We'll make it happen. Of course you will. You're the producer. You have to make it happen. It was a first date since getting all the girls' memories back. We went for a walk out in the woods, the same date we had when we truly had met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away that we knew on camera. Guys, I am so sorry. I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. If I wasn't afraid of, like, getting less sleep than I even normally get, I would totally drink some coffee or something right now. But I don't want to do that. Caffeine now sounds like absolute death. It's so nice to see you again, Taco. I feel the same way, Yui. After all this time, it's gotta be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel a little like things are going a little over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels right. Like, I know it's going to be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yui. Wait a minute. What about getting the master key? I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun Bun Bun! Bun 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 darted out of a nearby bush and ran to Yui's side. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot. Bun Bun Bun! Hunt! Bun 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 leapt out of her arms, then dashed towards the mansion.
And with that out of the way, how about we walk for a little longer?
What just happened? She reached for my hand, then held it tight. I'd like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we lay next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yui's a lovely girl. At times, I remembered how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, Dude, I am so sorry. I'm gonna be making disgusting noises all stream and yawning. This is gonna be peak content tonight, and I apologize. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. I've got to make sure to get us all out of here safe.
Taco?
Yeah?
I love you, Taco. I hope we can spend another day together, just like this, soon.
I can't wait for that day.
I'll be counting the days till then.
Oh. Get a little ad fart action up in here. We walked back to the mansion together hand in hand, then went our separate ways. Taco, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat?
I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them.
It took everything I had not to laugh.
Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that 4 deleted the footage. That shit was both embarrassing and traumatic.
That's good to know.
This is the worst run yet, man.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. It's just had a long day.
I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts is nothing to sniff at.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Not at all, Cat. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you.
Right. I'll see you later, Taco.
Good night. Good night, Taco. I feel like that was a goof.
Mission success. I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils within the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it.
Which half?
Are the keys ready to use?
Not yet, which sucks. It's gonna take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get the plaster from, anyway? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing then. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but y'all have to be ready by your next date then. I added a whole bunch of words that weren't there. We'll test them out as soon as it's nighttime tomorrow. Sound good? Sounds good to me.
Awesome! Let's go team! How about you let the rest of the girls know, Taco? 4's disabled the audio recordings in the house at night, so we should be good to talk up there.
I'll let them know. I walked back up the staircase back to the mansion. Where are they? Ah, I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. Hey, Violet, how are you?
Goodness, apologies, Taco. I didn't see you there.
You seem pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind?
besides to say hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week? I'm worried for the people back home. Yui has sisters to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there, and who knows what happened to them in the last, well, however long we've been trapped here. I've never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick.
I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet. And they're going to be so happy to see you again.
You're right, Taco. Though there's no way you can know that for sure, could you?
I guess so, but we gotta believe, right?
I suppose you're right once again, Taco. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny.
What is, Violet?
I told you I had a twin sister, right?
Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola?
That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. She came first in just about everything, while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and in the end, she was hit before I was, and she died for it.
I'm so sorry, Violet.
Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, for just that one time, I wish I had come in first. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's
okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling.
You're kind, Taco. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You can probably guess how all that went. I wasn't as good as running the business, or appearing prim and proper, or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing. Really, that's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for a show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times, I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard.
Violet.
Yes?
I held her in my arms tightly. Oh. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers Five and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of together, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you.
You are too kind. Thank you for the... I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here?
Unfortunately, I haven't. But I'm hoping that Master Key we pilfered will help with that.
I hope so. For your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memory back stands.
Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that.
It is the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know. I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here. Perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world.
I'm looking forward to that day.
As am I.
We talked for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed, not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. It's only up from here. Only up? No thanks.
Taco!
Allie, what are you...
Never mind that. You gotta come down to the lab.
What is it?
We found something and I know y'all want to see it.
She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. Oh, everybody's down here. The other girls were already there, crowded around a table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on?
I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you.
Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for Yui, who was already holding hers, and Allie. Weird, there's no file for me here. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. Guess I'm not getting any answers today. Allie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it in one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it?
Allie Major, sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting the sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. It's good to know this whole getup was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports?
I never seen Allie look so angry.
Let's see. They got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right.
What is it?
They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show.
Oh my god.
For the past 2 years. What I've done, things I've said, in private or with others. They've got notes down here to how and when I brush my teeth. How I react differently when they change the show, or tell me different things, or we're nothing but lab rats to them. It's true, and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented the machine in the first place, none of this would have ever happened.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. Whoever used your invention for this is to blame, not you.
If you say so, Taco. My file says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology? I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all of this.
I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible.
Thank goodness.
Wait, what? Ah, headphone. Headphone, please. Oh god, it's trapped under everything. I can't hear anything now. Silence. Silence envelops me. I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui, all things considered.
Sorry, I know that must have sounded, sorry,
I know how that must have sounded. Good lord, why can't I read that sentence?
Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us. So many times. It feels so violating. But it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came on this show, Taco?
No. Why is that?
I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. To be completely transparent, the reason was money, and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 sisters and a whole farm. I remember now. It was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came onto the show, my sisters and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here and never see them again.
That's too depressing to think, Yui. We're gonna get out of here and see your sisters again. Together.
Thanks, Taco. I'd like that.
I'm curious, Yui. What kind of archetype did you... Archetype? Archetype. I'm going with archetype. Did they list you as?
The girl next door.
Damn it. That sounds a lot better than gaming gremlin. Yui, Scarlet, Allie, and I laughed. At times like these, having a mood lifter like Tara around was critical. I looked at Violet, who had been silent the whole time. She was trembling. Violet, are you?
Please, God, don't let this be true.
Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room.
Nothing is okay, Taco. It doesn't matter if I get off this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to go back to, no one to stand by me. There's nothing for me either way.
Violet, wait! I have to add a fart real quick. She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the lab. I moved to follow her, but Yui stopped me. Excuse me? Thank you, Command.
I think she might need some time alone, Taco. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, maybe you should just read it.
Yui handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. It is my understanding they have recently had a son and want for him to be the next heir after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent their remaining daughter Violet to us, full well knowing what the show would entail. They've paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yui. There were no words. Dang. Literally pay to take our daughter. We don't want her. Sheesh. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use.
Please, just leave me alone, Taco.
I'm here if you want to talk, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. At least I'm not having weird nightmares anymore. Like, every night I was having the straight... Well, I guess it was making sense because it was all the memories that were trying to, like, push themselves to the surface. But now, like, it's all just kind of, like, normal. I've had my memories restored, so I guess nothing is trying to force its way up now. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could after what happened?
And just like that, we're on to day 3.
I gotta thank you, Taco. You're making my job easy.
I actually got to spend my nights doing productive things now.
I'm happy to help with that. However that works.
You alright? You don't seem to have your usual energy.
Careful, Taco. One slip up with Cat and this is all over. I'm good. Thanks, Cat. I just didn't sleep too well.
Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui is definitely a contender for the final ceremony,
Of course. A woman like Yui? Anyone would be lucky to have her. Damn straight.
Though she's a very different kind of woman than Scarlet. You've got a tough choice down the road. Though you've also got a tough choice to make right now. Who's the unlucky girl today?
So, who should I be asking on a date tomorrow?
Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet.
Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show.
I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well to get out of here, right? I don't think Violet would be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than for a date to make you feel special? Tara does have a great point. I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made? That went great. Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was a zombie. That was not a good idea at all. Can I take my vote back? What do you think, Taco?
I like the idea. We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm sure there's something that we could do to help us escape that we could only do on a date with Violet.
I got it. Tomorrow, you'll be going on a date with Violet. Here's what you gotta do.
Alright, so we're going on a date with Violet today. I've always wanted to spend more time with her. And there's no time like the present.
We'll make it happen.
I do have one small request, though.
What's that? And will it give me ratings?
I think it will.
Then let's hear it.
I've noticed Violet being a little down lately, so I want to cheer her up. I heard that she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon?
I don't see why not. Let's hope it gets better than last time. Oh, hi, Taco. Why'd you bring me here?
I'm in a bit of a predicament. You see, I may have made an irresponsible bet.
I did not take you for a gambler.
Well, I'm not, but the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. But hey, I've tried the food you've made. I know nobody else could come close to how good you are. So I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name.
You are ridiculous, Taco.
Violet laughed out loud. There's that smile I like so much. It was nice to see it again.
Are you being serious?
Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them as challenging cooks, some of them as judges, the rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. Think you're up for the challenge? I am ready to crush the opposition, or the competition. It's kind of the same word. They will rue the day they challenged me. That's the Violet I like to see.
Anyway, what is the theme of this contest?
I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time.
I do like a challenge. Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities?
Of course, Violet.
Thank you, Taco. I know why we're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happier already, knowing you are looking out for me.
I'm always going to be here for you.
And I for you as well, Taco.
We spend the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things. Completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes, when bad things happen, what you need most is just a semblance of normalcy. The Brothers 5. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to face you, Violet, but I will if I must.
Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle. You have my respect.
Is it too late to change sides? You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers 5, the best chefs on the island.
What's that too?
What I meant to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island.
That's right.
Damn it, bros, you can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, 4. We will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me and 5. Come at me. Let us brandish our forks against each other.
5, do you have anything to say?
Wait, what's happening?
I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers. Violet raised a pan towards them. Let us begin.
It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs.
Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish, a dish that I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant.
You must be joking. There's hundreds of people here. How could we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely come up with the rules for this tournament on the spot.
Liar. Violet laughed once more. That was enough to keep the charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. Like taking candy from a baby.
Not this again. Oh God, I think I'm gonna faint. 1 collapsed on the ground.
1 down, 4 to go.
Bro, I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted.
Oh, sweet merciful Magoo.
Let the games begin!
The contestants, that were still conscious, rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they going to make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. I watched each of them cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face, with the biggest smile I'd ever seen her have. That day, at least. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, 4 was trying to cook his spaghetti. I apologize, with only a microwave. I mean, I guess you could boil spaghetti in a microwave? I don't know if that would be the most efficient way to do it, but I mean, that's certainly a way to do it. I'm not sure this will be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid out bowls with spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you miss her finish a whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. You would have thought a cook would have spent You would have thought a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. 5 settled on making about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. It's just getting worse. Time's up! It's time to judge. The crowd cheered as they stampeded to the laid out bowls. They were practically salivating. With my eyes burning and watering, reading is becoming a chore. After everybody wolved, that's the only verb they know for eating. After everybody wolved down bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken. And with a resounding majority, our first winner, the best chef on the island in the middle of nowhere award is... Violet. Why did Violet say Violet? The crowd cheered, myself included. I did it! Me! I did it! Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store just from one look at her. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I've ever had. Though if you consider our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey,
I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know I hide it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro. Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious applause. Violet! Violet! Violet!
Oh, goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled.
Guess you got a new job now, Violet.
I guess I do.
Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheer getting even louder. Oh! And the one guy in the back yawning above all of that. We laughed together.
I've had so much fun today, Taco. Thanks to you. Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up?
I wouldn't miss it for anything.
The world would pale in comparison. Hey.
She reached her hand out to mine, and I held hers tight in return. Hey, Violet. You really gave them a great show today, didn't you?
I couldn't have done that without my ever-so-charming television host.
We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean.
Really, I'm so grateful to you, Taco. Last night, finding out what my parents did, that was the lowest point I'd ever been to.
I held her hand even tighter.
Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end. But today, you helped me remember that even without them, I've still got me. And I like me quite a bit.
You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you.
With you?
Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if it was with you. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me on that cruise.
She kissed me again. It felt like magic. Violet, She put her finger against my lips.
Shh. I know it's not quite the time for this conversation yet. But please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk for just a little longer? I don't want this to end.
I'll walk as long as you wanted to. You can walk till the sun comes up. We can talk about anything and everything. So, how about we start with planning our cruise together?
That would be lovely.
We walked together till the dead of night. It was nothing less than magical. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it.
Hope you two enjoyed your date today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get this show on the road.
Allie took out the master key from her pocket, span it around the ring with her finger, then put it in the locked door.
And we're in.
She turned the lock, then pulled the door open.
Whoa, this door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Aw, man, not another staircase. They would have saved so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, would it?
Secret schmeecret. It's behind a locked door.
I guess you have a point.
Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long to the... Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long as the one to the lab. We'd been walking down the steps for only a few moments when we saw where they led.
This has to be it.
What's it?
A while back, Kat told me that all the information on the island was stored in books. They didn't use anything digital or with the internet.
I think I remember that too.
Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. And I think we found a way into their closets, skeletons and all.
Sounds like a pretty big deal.
That's an understatement. The information in here could change the tide of the war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. But there's more than that, too.
What do you mean?
My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That was the real reason I came here. The whole reason I risked everything. Well, what if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if... Allie.
Yui ran to Allie's side and hugged her tightly.
It's going to be okay. You believe in me, right?
She took deep breaths.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks, Yui. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I looked to Violet as Allie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Not surprised.
Well, I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not going to give up just yet, though.
She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked.
Damn it. I bet only Damien or Kat knows this, and there's no way we could just ask them.
Silence fell upon the room.
It can't end like this. It just can't. I got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better ideas than that. What I mean to say is that I think I may have a way to crack the code.
As I crack a fart.
I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the password. It would take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I'd get the password. Though there's no guarantee we'd get the answer before the show was over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had.
Allie ran over to Tara and hugged her tightly.
Thank you, you awesome little you. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try to figure out what the password will be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell y'all something else. What's that? I have our escape plan.
She took out the master key and held it for us to see.
There's a hidden hangar I found by the beach, just a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have this key, and we know that it works, we can use it to disable the hangar security, commandeer a plane, then fly the hell out of here.
We practically jumped for joy.
I can't believe it. We're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting out of here tonight. Least of all off the ground. But if there's clear skies tomorrow night, that's where we'll be. What about the computer? Don't you want to crack it before you go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case. But honestly, I've got to know you guys and care about you guys, and I decided it's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my sisters and I just gave up looking for them, I'd regret it forever. And I know you would too. But I can't ask y'all to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. Yui speaks for us too. To have family that you really care about, and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere till we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. You guys. No, I can't allow it. I won't take any chance with y'all lives. I'm not backing down on this. What do you think, Taco? We need to take this chance. We need to take this chance, Allie. I think you need this. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god. Best of the best. I'm going to have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, Kay. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much, really. Why are you thanking all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code and shit. We laughed together, something that I thought might have been impossible after the initial bad news. We're in this together, and we're getting out together. No one gets left behind. Never surrender. Never give up. No man left. I can't remember the line. After we called it a night, I laid in bed, deep in thought. Who'd have thought that I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night? We've got this. Taco, one more thing before we turn in for the night. What's up, Tara? I got caught up in the heat of the moment earlier, and... Oh, no. I got no idea. No. I do not like where this is going. How to do this? 'Cause... I remember that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying, I'm in, and... Gah! I practically flew out of bed. Thank God. Oh, okay, good. Good Lord. Thank God it was just a nightmare. What does it take to get a good night's sleep on a killer dating show? Come on! Ugh. Where's my thing at? I'm gonna overwrite this. Alright, so I hate to do this. I am just starting to feel like absolute trash. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know if my sinuses are just starting, and my throat's starting to get really sore, and my eyes just keep burning. So I hate to just like stream for so short, but at least we tackled a couple days. It looks like we've still got at least a couple more days in this game. So I apologize for ending so soon. I'm just not feeling great. My throat, like I said, it's my throat and my sinuses are just hurting right now. But I do want to say at least thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate this. I'll try and make it up to y'all. I'm sorry Saturday anime has been such a weird flippy floppy thing recently. But we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be feeling a little bit better by then. I'm going to the doctor on Monday, so hopefully I can figure out something that's going on. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with some Super Nintendo Sunday, and we'll be doing some of our Raid Shadow Legends
stream. So we'll start with that, then go into Super Nintendo Sunday, and in theory should then be going into Breath of Fire. So we'll have a nice big day of streaming tomorrow, and I'll try and make it up either with a bonus stream or something. We'll get through this game. We'll get stuff done. But I apologize. I'm just not feeling great. I think I'm also just exhausted still. So thank you guys for at least hanging out for this little bit. I appreciate it. And remember to tune in tomorrow when I chow down on a Charizard.